Muy buenas a todos, chavales, soy Ferox y estamos aquí nuevamente en una guía de coleccionables, esta vez del Max Payne 3, juegazo. Y os voy a ir dejando los vídeos de los coleccionables y mientras os voy contando. Y como os iba diciendo, la guía la voy a dividir en 3 vídeos porque es bastante larga, son 16 capítulos y para que no se os haga pesado, lo voy a dividir mejor en tres vídeos. Este primer vídeo, la parte 1, van a ser los primeros 5 capítulos. Y básicamente son los coleccionables son pistas, por ejemplo esa, rastro de sangre, de diamantes y cosas que hay por ahí de las víctimas. Y luego también estas armas de oro, como veis, hay diferentes partes, la empuñadura, el cargador, el cerrojo, no sé qué. Hay diferentes piezas sueltas por todas las misiones, todos los capítulos. Y va a consistir en esto, ¿vale? Así que nada, gente, si os ha gustado y os ha ayudado, que seguro que os va a ayudar, porque si lo queréis sacar, esto seguro que lo va a ayudar muy bien. Y bueno, otra cosa que se me olvidaba, como estáis viendo arriba a la izquierda, lo pongo en español e inglés, porque bueno, como sabéis lo comento en español, pero también quiero que lo vean pues otros que no hablan inglés y demás, que lo suelen ver mucho, pues para que no se pierdan, aunque no sepan muy bien lo que estoy diciendo porque les sonará chino, pero para que no se pierdan tampoco por dónde van, en qué capítulo y demás, ¿vale? Así que como siempre, si os ha gustado y os ha servido de ayuda, like y favorito que se agradece. Adiós.
It was your typical trendy hellhole, a playground for the overpreened and undernourished. Sushi and house music and vodka, a place you don't get through the door unless you're rich, beautiful, or, in this instance, it seemed, a heavily armed psychopath. Poor bastard's name was Claudio. I found out later he was a pretty big shot soccer player for the Galatians, some nearly superstar just back from Europe. The usual, scored goals, scored girls. The only box he'd be getting into now is the one he'd be leaving in. It looked loud and expensive enough to be Fabiana's. Her fashion sense didn't leave a whole lot of room for imagination, let alone food. The girl sure knew how to draw the eye, and maybe that was the problem. But at least I was heading in the right direction.
Don't shoot, por favor.
You an American?
Sure. Yeah, I'm from Steele, North Dakota, just outside of Bismarck. Anders Stetling. This is some place, huh? They told me it was a little fresh, but I wasn't expecting things to be quite like this.
No?
No, see, I've seen things. I was a cop for 25 years. I've seen men run over by combines. I've seen husbands who just ate their wives, but a gun...
Happy, healthy ex-cop? Give me a break. Victor's political campaign was starting to come unstuck. Seemed the Broncos' luck was on the turn. If only that was the worst news they'd received that day. This wasn't the time to be second-guessing.
Vou gostar de matar essa puta. Tem muita coisa que eu gostaria de fazer com ela.
Soon she'd start wishing she was. I was up for one god-awful performance review. This was a mess. Where the hell was Passos? We were 2 failed cops failing miserably at being by. It was Giovanna's necklace. I had to hope the rest of her was still intact. Mr. Victor Bronco. For all his friends in high places, he had just as many enemies.
What did you lose? Snap out of it, bro. Looks clear. Come on, move.
Our $3 million man had locked the doors behind him.
Well, he might be able to tell us what the fuck is going on. Seu filho da puta.
Heads up! Here come his friends.
The smell in this place reminded me of how long it had been since I'd had any food. A drinker eats when he's loaded. Luckily for us, the blood money was still bleeding.
I don't know.
Claudio, their golden boy. He'd sure picked the wrong party on the wrong night. Although if the past week was anything to go by, it was safe to assume any party with the Broncos in attendance was the wrong one to be at.
Come on, move, move! So let's go!
They'd barred the front door. Of course, we were trapped in here. The only way out was through the back, exactly where they wanted us. I'd gotten into my share of bar fights, but that night made me wish for any one of those. It ain't often you get nostalgic for getting your ass kicked by 6 sailors, but this was no time for bad jokes. This old guy, my days of playing dress up were over. I wasn't some gallant knight. I didn't need a shield. The apartment made me wish I'd got to know him better. It made for interesting reading. If I'd been given a few more years looking into the bottom of a glass, I might have been on the same page. Looked like he was keeping an eye on me. Must have thought we were kindred spirits. More and more, I think he was right. Up and out. Scramble away from what's left of your life over dead bodies and a few loose roof tiles. If I'd thought things through,
Can we show the blood so much?
Looked like Passos had brought us to the right place. That was the chopper the Commando Sombra used to escape the nightclub attack. If Fabiana wasn't around here, then at least someone that knew where she was had to be. I didn't want to think about what would be happening on that video feed now. They probably made their ransom notes from the same glossy magazines they used to select their victims. This was a second request for payment. The best of intentions at the stadium weren't enough to cover it. Otherwise, they'd been making a reality show starring Sao Paulo's favorite housewife. Probably thought it would grease the wheels with the ransom money, but it only made me want to shove the cash down their throats. I had to find a way to open it. It seemed Serrano's boys had targeted the entire Bronco family and didn't give a shit which one they pinched. The coke in the air wasn't doing anything to sharpen my thinking. Was there a switch in that room? Serrano was reading his reviews. Vain chump. The newspaper was plastered with the news of the first kidnapping attempt. That gangway would get me through. These were the floor plans to the nightclub. Seemed to Mr. Serrano like to be prepared. Proper little Boy Scout. I had to keep on going across the docks.